This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Let us help feed your family.
I'm Brityne Rucker, and this is Ag AM in Kansas. And for an update on corn around the state, I have Ignacio Ciampitti, crop production and cropping system specialist from Kansas State University. Now, Ignacio, we are in the midst of planting season. What are some different soybean and corn production challenges farmers need to prepare for this year?
Well, I think that in corn specifically, if we're looking early in the season, one of our key takes is temperature. And then for any of our farmers that went ahead and planted early, they know all the time that they face some risk on early temperature conditions for corn planting. We have very few acres, luckily, that they got planted in the last 2 weeks. I'm saying luckily because for some of the guys that got planted, the effect of the last 2 weeks of round of cold fronts, they have some implications. And I'm always explaining corn. Implications are not all the times are that negative on affecting the final number of plants, but for sure it could be negative by affecting the uniformity. And for corn, plant planting uniformity is a critical aspect for early season and for the success of the crop. So if we have lack of uniformity, is really impacting the success of the crop to yield more. And it's extremely more relevant in corn as compared to soybeans. So on corn is huge factor. For soybeans usually is not as relevant as in corn. We always say that we want to see in corn plants that they come at the same time and the same spacing. Problems of difference in temperature or problems that we can face in the next coming weeks related to precipitation and lack of uniformity can be related to both factors. Lack of uniformity on temperatures or potentially problems on soil moisture conditions. And I think that the saturated soils might be one of the things that we will start seeing more in the next coming weeks. With the rains that we will be seeing on the forecast. And then on soybeans, I will say one of the key factors, we start seeing some farmers that changing and planting sometimes first soybeans and then corn. So the rationale behind that is that they really want to kind of protect that corn input cost and make sure that they have much better temperatures. For those guys that they plant the corn closer to first week of May, that corn will be up in 7 to 10 days. For the guys that were planting 2 weeks ago or this week, it might take maybe 20 days. And as we mentioned before, uniformity and plan variability could be a big factor contributing to not a success, or a high level of success on high yields for corn. And one piece of advice to finish is when you are planting, start also looking not only just to the right conditions at the moment that you are planting, but take a look to the forecast. So if you look at the 7 to 10 days forecast, we know that they are not that precise all the time as you get along, from today. But, look at those situations, to decide if planting is a good option. Because, if we are seeing that in the forecast, it will come, if we have rain coming for every day for the next 10 days, we might set that seed to a wrong environment. And then we might probably place the seed into an environment that will be saturated. And it will be having consequences of issues on emergence and lack of uniformity. So, and looking at our input costs, seed is one of the largest input costs for both corn and soybeans. So doing the right steps on protecting early planting and making sure that we start the growing season in the best way possible is one of the key aspects to consider today.
Yeah. Well, Ignacio, thank you so much for being on the program and discussing a few planting strategies producers can keep in mind.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm Brityne Rucker, and this has been Ag AM in Kansas.